He knows the plans that he has for us. It means that he needs to lead us at all times. That is Chandler Moore with the song Lead Me On, who is coming to South Africa, by the way, in a couple of weeks' time. Yes, they are coming. Maverick City Music is going to have a tour in the country soon. And JBNG joined bands and not gangs with Wake Up Africa. And I was listening to Mr. K's interview on Friday with the story behind this join bands, not gangs. And you know what? You know, they are very brave people who are saying that they will go into the community to teach young people in communities where there's gangs and all that. And they'll be in the forefront from this to change the narrative of young people. If you didn't listen to that interview, I hope it'll be on the Link FM podcast soon. I'll let you know, I'll update you on that one. And then the Jesus Collective featuring Loyiso Bala also came through with You Are Good, and they are going to be launching their new album on the 17th of August. Alright, the time is 19 minutes past 11 o'clock here on Reaching Higher, and on Mondays we have the honor and the privilege to be with Kodani Kajwayo, who is a career strategist, and she's back. Ladies and gentlemen, she was not in the country, but she's back now, and so therefore she wants to impart more wisdom that she's gained overseas. I'm teasing I'm teasing you, Kodani. Welcome back to Link FM, and thank you so much for coming today.
Wow, so much pressure. Wow.
You know, we must make you must make you work while you still can.
You know, they say traveling makes you smarter.
Yes, and I'm sure you did go get some books there. I'm sure you. I saw a picture on social media. You were in one of the bookstores.
Definitely.
So,
definitely.
But we'll touch on that.
I'm quite addicted to reading now.
Mm-hmm.
That, you know, when I'm in, like at the airport, like at a bookstore, looking for, you know,
what books can I get?
Can I get?
What's not in my books? What on my bookshelf? Yes. So yeah, but anyway, we'll look at that in a few minutes time. We'll chat about that, what book you're currently reading right about now. So Kodani, for anybody who doesn't know who you are, please can you let them know who is Kodani and what does she do?
Yeah, so Kodani Tlatrayo is a career strategist. I work as a metrology team manager. I'm a mom of two beautiful boys. I'm a wife, and I studied mechanical engineering and a postgraduate diploma in business management. So I'm very much passionate about education, which brought me here, and not just education, but career as a whole. Hence, climbing your career ladder, climbing the career ladder. Yeah.
Please do share your testimony. You know, you were a person who was fearful of studying. You were fearful of acquiring skills and all that because of past traumas. And how did you navigate that? How did you get past that fear, or how did you get to that aha moment to say, actually, I'm capable and able to achieve these things?
Yeah. That's actually a good question. You know, looking at my background, I actually couldn't speak English. Now it's like I'm still on a journey to like, you know, bettering my English, if that's even a word.
It's okay. We're going to accept it here today, okay? We're going to accept that.
Yeah, so basically, and growing up, I never believed in myself. And I think this was really influenced by how my parents would compare me and my younger sister. My younger sister was very book smart. Like, I'm going to go and study, become a doctor. And we grew up like at the same time, same level, same grades. And then I failed a grade, grade 5. And then she caught up because she was a year younger than me.
Oh, wow.
And then in grade 11, I failed again. So that means she passed.
Yes.
And then I was like a grade behind her. So now, you know, being compared so much by my dad, like saying that, no, she's smart, you're not smart.
Yes.
And it's not that I was not smart, but nobody really believed in me.
Yes.
And I didn't have that affirmation that I can do it, and not necessarily at someone's pace, but at my own pace as well.
Right.
Or rather, like, you know, like being smart, not being compared to somebody else. Yes. And you know, funny enough, when I finished matric, actually failing grade 11 helped me a lot because it improved my studies. It was basically a wake-up call.
Yes.
You know, that I actually had to change my ways, studied a lot, went to grade 12. I did quite well in grade 12. I even had a distinction. Went and studied mechanical engineering. And still, when going to study mechanical engineering, also my family was asking, like, we don't think you're gonna make it, you know. And that's including my sisters. And you know, sometimes I look back and I'm like, nobody was supporting me when I was like pushing to say I'm going to study mechanical engineering. Imagine when you pass grade 12.
I can imagine.
And everyone says, oh wow, you passed. You know,
as in they were in disbelief that you actually could do this.
Exactly.
My word.
And that makes you doubt yourself. It really makes you doubt yourself that am I good enough? Am I smart enough? You know, and really that's why I always encourage parents to really show that they believe in their kids and never compare them, because we all have different capabilities, and sometimes people are not doing well in school because of how their parents treat them. And when you're still young, you need that affirmation from your parents. Yeah. So now, you know, going to Cape Town, I couldn't really speak English. I had to learn through reading, and also, you know, like meeting my husband, and he would correct me a lot, and that really helped me to improve my English. And now reading, really being intentional, that I'm reading with the intention
and to grow,
learning and growing. Yes. And I really love I love talking, but I couldn't really talk much because of my English. I would like just be in the corner, shy that, oh, what if I say things wrong? But now I'm in a more comfortable space that even if I say it wrong, you know, and somebody corrects me, then it's a learning curve. So I'm always looking forward to improve and become the best version of myself.
And that's it, because you owe it to yourself and nobody, and not to anybody else. And I love this story. We can't wait to read that book one day. And I know that this was not part of the topic for today, but I think it's vital, because a lot of people are probably feeling as though I've hit the ceiling. You know, they feel as though I can't grow more than this. We get so used to that comfortable routine and where we are, and we in a position, and yet we start bleeding on others.
That is true. And you know, when I got my aha moment that I'm actually smart, you know, it really made me realize that everyone has got a potential to go far.
That's right.
The problem is the surrounding that we are in, and that surrounding suppresses us in order for us to see our potential.
Sure.
Hence the birth of Career and Corporate Hub.
Yes.
Like, it really, Career and Corporate Hub is there to empower people to see beyond the ceiling that they're under, or the walls that they're behind.
They've been put into.
Exactly. So we allow our people to define our goals, our growth, our capabilities, and don't allow that. You have to believe in yourself, and once you believe in yourself, you're gonna go far. You're gonna go far.
I love this. Thank you so much for encouraging us with that today. Now, we're going to be chatting on a topic that you shared with us, with me rather, off the airwaves. Can we touch on that before we say goodbye? So let's go straight into that. But thank you so much for encouraging the listeners, because someone might be feeling as though they've been applying left, right, and center. But we've touched on that. You know, perhaps you need to reassess some of your documents or what you're applying for, and we've covered, you know, some of that information. If you want to get that information again, go find it on Kordani's social media, and she will share it with us a little bit later, or maybe touching base on how to improve, and maybe that door will open for you one day. So let's go to the topic for today.
Yeah. I just love how you're looking at me right now.
Sorry.
Let's discuss this.
Please. So lay the foundation for us. Like, so what? So okay, go for it. Let me allow you to start the conversation.
Yeah. So maybe let's just put it this way.
Yes. So let's give us a scenario, perhaps. Give us a scenario. You work in a team of people, and maybe there's been a task that's been put out for people to work on, and then maybe in that team, when you present to a manager, to a supervisor, you find that somebody credits themselves and not include you, for that work. So basically, or maybe even someone copying the work, you're plagiarizing, or taking work and credit for that work that you were contributed towards, or that career, growth program or campaign that you've done, without acknowledging you. So how do we navigate that? How does one, overcome a situation just like that?
Yeah. So basically, it happens a lot where you are at work and somebody is taking credit for your work, and you sitting there, you're hearing someone saying that I have implemented this and that, whereas it is basically you who have implemented it. So where your name is not mentioned anywhere, it can also happen with you know, with managers as well, taking the credit and not really putting the spotlight to the person who's implemented something or who's initiated something. So for you to pass that, or rather to improve that, you get recognized for the work that you do, is presenting your work. We always talk about you need to present your work, because if you don't present your work, somebody is going to go and present it as theirs, and which happens a lot. Which happens a lot. So now it's quite important that you form a good relationship with your manager, if maybe it's your colleague that is presenting your work, and have maybe weekly meetings or monthly meetings to present your work, so that they're aware of the topics that you're working on. So you have to keep them up to date on what is happening in your area. And also it's quite important that you aligned with your manager with what is happening. So if you are aligned, then they know when somebody is presenting that work, it is your work. There's a saying that says it's not about what you say, it's about who says it, or who said it. You know, have you ever found yourself in a meeting, you say a topic and then nobody acknowledges it, and then somebody else a few minutes later says the same thing, and then they say, that's brilliant.
Oh wow,
it happens a lot. But if you then don't have a good relationship with the people that are in your team, that you've built trust enough that they know that you're capable of doing the job, then you'll always be in the background when somebody is taking credit for your work.
Oh wow.
So that's why when things like that happen, when somebody like speaks of your work in the meeting, you can add you can add and add something that is value adding. That yes, I remember with the discussion, this can actually help us to go forward.
Wow. So not being quiet, you also come into the conversation so that it seems like, hey, you know what is being spoken about, and so that you also don't make it seem like you're trying to bring this person down or make them look bad, but just add value to the conversation at hand.
Correct.
Okay.
And sometimes it happens that maybe it's somebody who's leading the project, and then you report to them with the status of the project, and when they report to the next level, they don't even mention your name. They don't give credit to you, that you're the one that is leading the task, you're the one that's executing the task. They mention it as they have done that. You know, maybe it's something that is like brilliant, and the way you would literally put it, make sure that you don't give too much information before you go to the meeting. Give enough information that would still make you be part of the discussion, that would make you add into the discussion, and make sure that what you're adding also is value adding.
So take us through that. So when you say value adding, what do you mean?
For an example, you run your project for improving
the department,
the department,
or production in the department.
I'm thinking of something that like very much relatable. For an example, with I'm not in road, I'm not in construction, but for an example, you're building a house, and then with building a house, your project maybe is like finding the right sand for the house that is strong,
or the material that is required to build this house.
And now with all the materials that you find, then maybe the budget, you're trying to get them at like a specific budget, low budget, and then when you report back to the project leader or project manager, then they go present it as theirs, that I've gone through different stores to compare the prices of the materials, and this is what I have found. So instead of you giving it feedback as like these are different stores, and then you can give, okay, this was the lowest price and this was the highest price, so I think we should go with the lowest price. And then in terms of the details of the information, then you can give that feedback in the meeting, that yes, I tried this store and this store, and also bring in like the element of the material. For example, although the price is low, the material is also good quality. This is why you are saying it's good quality. You know, like give the reasons behind that.
So to also help the team, you know, get to that point to make the decision, but this is not the right one we should be taking. This one is the one that we should be taking because you've done the research.
Exactly.
So to present that you've done the research and this is what you think should bring value to the team and the project at hand.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and not forgetting that, you know, sometimes they what do they usually call them? Behind the sceners.
Okay.
You know, like people who
runners.
No, like people that are doing, like they would go behind your back to talk bad about you.
Oh, okay.
Maybe to your manager. Say that you're incapable, you didn't meet the deadlines, and but now if you then not presenting your work, then your manager would be listening to the guys that are doing that behind your back, and that would affect your performance.
I get you.
So that's why it's quite important that everything is aligned with your manager.
I get you.
And also not giving too much information that you know that this person is never going to give me credit. They are going to present it as theirs. So that's why it's quite important to study the system, understand the people that you're working with, so that you can guard your space and also your performance as well.
Okay, because it does affect you. You know what happens around you can play a role in your career and can affect you negatively or even positively. So guarding yourself is very, very important. Anything else you want to add before we say goodbye and share the details of how people can contact you at Career and Corporate Hub?
Yeah, I think the most important part is really to get a sponsor, and the sponsor that you get, if your target is to become a manager, like in a certain level, make sure that you get a sponsor that is higher than the level.
You mean a mentor?
A mentor and then a sponsor as well. So a sponsor would be somebody that would maybe talk for you more behind closed doors. Like they don't necessarily need to mentor you on what maybe your job scope. But they understand the work that you're doing. They can guide you somewhere, somehow, and also be your voice behind, closed doors, in the rooms that you're not at.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
All right.
So that's quite important.
So I think we then need to then have a discussion on that on one of these Mondays, talking about a sponsor, the role of a sponsor, where they can talk on your behalf when you are not in the room. They can be that person for you to guide you and also to help you grow in your career as well. And how can, if anybody would like to contact you at Career and Corporate Hub, for CV review, not career reviews, what's
career support and career coaching.
Yes, but the one that you do at schools, what is that? Career fair.
Oh, career.
That one. Yay. Yes. If anybody would like to, call you to come and give a talk at a school about career fair or career inspirations, how can they contact you?
Yeah, they can contact me on my email address, which is career.corporatehub@gmail.com. I know I said I was going to change it, but I think the time is...
I get you.
Yeah.
No worries. And in due time, it's going to happen.
Definitely. All in God's time.
All in God's time. That is all.
Yes.
So if you would like to know more about contacting Kodani, please do WhatsApp me and I'll share those details with you. And then on social media, what are your handles?
Kodani Tlajoyo on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is my favorite. We talk all things career. And then on TikTok, Career and Corporate Hub. And then on Instagram, Kodani_H. And you can check out YouTube channel as well, where there's quite a lot of information that I've shared about careers, CV writing, job hunting, strategies at Career and Corporate Hub.
All right, so those are definitely the different social media handles, and I'm sure that just that message that came through right now is somebody you are requesting for her services. So if you would like to contact Kodani Tlajoyo so that you can also climb the career ladder, please do send me a WhatsApp and I'll share those details with you. So Kodani, thank you so much for coming through once again. Oh, your book. My apologies. Thank you so much for reminding me. What book are you currently reading?
I'm actually laughing. I'm reading An Angel's Demise by Sunyati. I think this is actually a great book. It's a novel. I've been reading a lot of self-help books, but now this is like a different, completely different novel. It's like talking about the Zimbabwe history in like a different way of storytelling. Yeah, it's quite a nice book.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for sharing that one. You know what? On Thursday we had Annalise Ballard Davies and Colin Davies for Strategies to Success, and they were actually talking about the 5 a.m. Club book with Robin Shaw, and they've given me a task. I will tell you all about that off the airways, and I owe the listeners an update as well on that. But let's get back to some more music. If you want me to share the details with you for Kondani, please do send me a WhatsApp and a WhatsApp number.
I don't know why we played